A Georgian house in the shadow of Hampton Court. No court, no ceremony. Children run across the grass of Bushy Park. A prince stands by the water, explaining how to set a sail. Piano music drifts through open windows. 10 children grow up here. All carry royal blood. None are legitimate. This is Bushy House. For 20 years, it is a home, until the system decides that it must not be. How do you live as a family when officially you are not one? Prince William Henry, Duke of Clarence, is 25 years old, the third son of George III, not intended for the crown. He sees a woman on the stage of the Drury Lane Theatre. Dorothea Jordan. She plays male roles in comedies and is famous for her legs. She is 30. She is the mother of 4 children, all illegitimate by 2 different men. One died at birth. The 3 surviving children, Francis, Dorothea Maria, and Lucy Hester, live with her sister, Hester, in a house in Brompton. Dorothea and Richard Ford, the father of the children, pay for their upkeep. She earns her own money. She is independent, successful, and well known in London. He proposes to her. Not marriage, the Royal Marriage Act forbids that, but partnership. She says yes. He could have hidden her. Many princes did. Instead, in 1797, he brings her to Bushy House, a crown property granted to him by his father, publicly visible. This is not a secret affair. It is a decision by both of them. Between 1794 and 1807, 10 children are born. Sons and daughters. They bear the name Clarence, son of Clarence. Recognition, yes, but no claim to the throne. These children grow up at Bushy House. Dorothea's 3 older children remain with her sister Hester in Brompton. It is Dorothea's decision. The children by other fathers are not to live in the royal residence. She supports them financially, but they grow up separately. At Bushy House, the children eat at the table with their father. He accompanies Dorothea to the theater. She continues to earn money, and she needs to. Dorothea performs in London before thousands each evening and returns late at night to Bushy House. The morning belongs to the children. Breakfast in the conservatory, lessons in the music room, in the afternoons, sailing on the river that flows through the park. William teaches the sons navigation. Dorothea practices piano with the daughters. Contemporaries describe the house as unusually warm. Music, lessons, sailing in the park, shared dinners. William writes to a friend, "Mrs. Jordan is a very good woman, very domestic and attentive to her. Children." For 20 years, it works. It is not a palace, it is a home. But it is a home rented on borrowed time. As long as William remains the third son, his private life is politically irrelevant. He is not the heir to the throne. His older brother, the Prince of Wales, has a daughter, Princess Charlotte. The succession seems secure. William is a naval officer without a defined role in the system. That is why his relationship is tolerated. But that changes. William has debts. Enormous debts. Parliament pays him an annual allowance, a fixed income as a prince. But it is not enough. And there is a solution: marriage. If a prince marries suitably, Parliament increases his allowance. A wealthy bride would bring a dowry. This is not a romantic moment. It is calculation. 20 years of family stand against a dynastic system, and the system is stronger. The decline begins around 1811. By 1814, it is over. Not loud, not dramatic, but final. Dorothea later writes to a friend, "Money, money, my friend, has made him the most unhappy of men." She understands. She accepts. William dissolves the union. The arrangement, the sons remain with him at Bushy House. The daughters at first remain with Dorothea. She receives £4,400 per year, half of it for the children. The condition: she must not return to the stage. He attempts to marry wealthy heiresses, Catherine Tilney Long, Sophia Wykeham. Both reject him. He remains unmarried. Dorothea is over 50. Her career is in decline. But she has her daughters. She has money. For 3 years, it works. Then, that collapses too. Dorothea's eldest daughter, Frances, from an earlier relationship, is married to Thomas Alsop. He accumulates large debts in Dorothea's name. She has no choice. She must earn money. She returns to the stage. William learns of it. He immediately stops her allowance, and he takes the children from her. The daughters also return to Bushy House, to their brothers, to their father. Dorothea stands alone, without children, without income. Her creditors demand payment. She cannot pay. She flees. In 1815, Dorothea flees her creditors and goes to France. She lives in Saint-Cloud near Paris. Under the false name Mrs. James, she lives quietly. No one knows who she is. No one knows that she lived 20 years with a prince, that she bore 10 children, that she was one of London's most famous actresses. She falls ill. On July 5, 1816, she dies, 54 years old, not forgotten, but alone. The children learn of it weeks later. None are with her. In 1818, William finally marries. Adelaide of Saxe-Meiningen. She is 25. He is 53. None of their children survive. There are no legitimate heirs. In 1830, George IV dies. William becomes king. The man who was never intended for the crown now wears it. His illegitimate children become the acknowledged children of a king. In 1831, he raises his eldest son, George Clarence, to the peerage as Earl of Munster. The daughters marry into the British aristocracy. The line becomes part of the high nobility. The title Earl of Munster exists to this day. The family that was never officially allowed to exist is genealogically directly connected to the crown, but never legitimate. George Clarence, the eldest son, he grows up as the son of a prince, later as the son of a king. He is an earl, he has rank, he has a name. But he also knows, had his parents been married, he would have stood in the line of succession. In 1842, he takes his own life, officially because of financial difficulties. Unofficially, contemporaries speak of inner conflict. He was almost a prince, but not quite. And yet something remains unresolved. Had William married Dorothea, their children would have been legitimate. Their eldest son would have stood in the line of succession. Instead, Victoria became queen, the legitimate daughter of William's younger brother Edward, Duke of Kent. Bushy House still stands. The park paths are public, the facade unchanged, a house that for 20 years was a true home. Dorothea never saw it again. She died in France under a false name without her children. Later, William commissions a memorial to her. A quiet gesture. He says no more. And yet the question remains, how do you live as a family when officially you are not one? Perhaps like this. You live fully, you love fully, you belong, and yet never entirely. Dorothea gave William 20 years, 10 children, a home. The system gave them titles, but no legitimacy.